Hello out there, YouTube. What's going on, everyone? It is D Dunn here, and we are back on Oakland A's franchise. And we had a pretty exciting episode last time, and we have a long way to go in this episode. So let's do a quick recap on our last episode. Try and make this quick. Our draft picks. Our draft was very good. After going with an all-pitcher draft the year previous, we needed to add some depth, and we did just that. We added 3 new infielders, really headed up by our first-round pick, second baseman Douglas Vaughn, a 6', 194-pound gentleman from the Netherlands. Unfortunately, he does not play any other positions, so maybe we'll have him work in the off season to develop some other skills to play other infield positions. Otherwise, he'll be behind young Zach Geloff. We could just chuck him in the outfield somewhere. The game tends to be okay with that. It also just makes a little bit of sense. You know, he's got some speed. He has a good arm. He could really play any position. Besides, of course, maybe catcher. But really talented player, already a 73 overall, really good against righties, okay against lefties, but just a really developed young player with a lot of upside as well. We could see him in the majors as soon as next year. Our second pick was Sean Almanzar from Mexico. Definitely not as polished, but still great potential. Some good power behind his bat, not great contact skills, not as good on defense, but also some good speed. We also added some outfield depth with James Santos, our right fielder. A long way to go, only a 58 overall, but still a high ceiling. We also added 2 catchers, Aldo Murillo and Brandon Yoshida, both of which, decently high. You could definitely see either of these guys in the future being MLB starters or at least a backup. Murillo, obviously, huge contact, huge plate skills, big arm behind the plate already, 69 arm strength. You could definitely see him excelling in the minors. Not quite enough pop, I think, and not good defensively to play in the majors, but still, potential piece for the future. And then we have Cesar Bourbon, likely will not be with us long term. Not great ceiling and only a 54 overall. Besides the huge arm, not really a whole lot to look forward to. And then another right fielder, Steve Sparks, who I thought was very interesting. Can't play any other position, only knows how to stand in right field. That would likely be changed a year or two into the majors. It also says James Santos can't play any other position besides right field. A little bit of experience, and I think they could play other positions, but Sparks he could potentially be a minor leaguer. Maybe he comes up to be a bench bat. We didn't actually look through the rest of the MLB to see if there was any other crazy prospects, so I will quickly run through these. Derek Russell for the Rangers, 94 overall potential, looks to be a great prospect. Really needs to work on his hits per 9 and striking people out, but not going to walk people, not going to give up home runs, and can be in the game for a long time. Also, shortstop Henry Esparza. We might be seeing him in the future as they are an in-division opponent. Let's see, Braves, pretty good starting pitcher there, just a long way to go. Looking for people, in the 90s. Rick Dubois from Vermont. Okay. Great stamina, still has a long way to go, but great ceiling. Closing pitcher Will Diamond, 91 potential, 70 overall. Could see him in the majors soon. And with only 3 picks, the Cubs end up getting a good one, Kevin Castillo, a right fielder with 92 potential. Another closing pitcher. Good draft from the Pirates. They got a shortstop, Darryl Riddle, with a potential. Great draft from the Cardinals. Multiple 3 potential B potential guys. Wow, look at this. Luther Pepper, 61 overall with 96 potential, only 18 years old. Definitely could be someone in the Rockies rotation in the future. So overall, we're seeing a good bit of young talent. It looks like we got a lot of the talent when it comes to position players. A lot of really good closing pitchers in this draft. We've seen that. So overall, pretty good draft, but I think we definitely came out winners. Um, Lots of good potential in our draft here. Like I said, headed by Douglas Vaughn. Okay, we also made some trades. The big one, let's see. So we added Tristan McKenzie via trade from the Chicago White Sox. Um, Came off of 3 straight really good years. His last year in Cleveland in 2024, not exceptional. And this year getting worse. But we think that he has a lot of upside. So we traded. I don't remember who we traded to be honest, but we got him. We also added Trevor Rogers. Yes, another developmental piece, young guy, a potential, but a lefty. Um, Again, not pitching well, not pitching well. Um, but we took some risks for maybe some long-term future with some older guys that weren't performing well, and so we added a lot of potential, and we're really banking on Tristan McKenzie to have a huge comeback, and we're looking for Trevor Rogers to, really come around. Uh, so, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Okay. We're also probably going to bring up Mason Miller in September as he is having a great year down in AAA, striking at 116 in 130 innings, sub 3 ERA, and only a 1.2 WHIP. So he's not walking. He's not giving up a ton of home runs. He's finally looking like the Mason Miller that we're seeing in real life, and we're looking for him to take a big step forward in the majors come September. Okay, so that was. Oh, who else did we add? You have to forgive me. I'm sorry. This was about half a week ago. Let's see. We brought up Sean Lima, all the way from. No, we brought him up from AAA. He was batting his ass off in the minors, just crushing it. And so we brought him up. I know we traded for someone. Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, so we traded for Ahmed Rosario. Um, Oliveira, I think. Trades. Okay. So we traded Ahmed Rosario for center fielder Ruiz and our left fielder Michael Goldberg, who is kind of a young prospect. I think he was like C potential. Ruiz, does have the potential, has shown streaks where he's been excellent, and he was, in the running for postseason MVP in our run last year, but too inconsistent. We're in win now mode. And so, we made that trade. I think it was a good one. And then, so we got Tristan McKenzie from the White Sox for Eric Lauer, James Caprillion, and Walker Buehler. So that was a huge trade. We gave up, 3 starters, really. James Caprillion wasn't starting, but he saw himself in a long reliever role a couple times. And in the rotation, I think, once last year during injury. So 3 starters for one, Tristan McKenzie. And then, so those were the 3 big trades. And I think they were big trades. I was really happy with what we got. I'm okay with what we gave up. And Ahmed Rosario, I think, is a huge piece because, one, he's hitting exceptionally well, 326 average, 398 on base, and slugging over 500 for an OPS over 900. So, I mean, he can play the infield. He can play the outfield. He has a lot of utility. He's kind of older, but he still has a lot of upside, good speed, decent defense. Like, he is just an all-around good player. We can plug and play when people are struggling, and I think that's really what we needed because we've seen lots of players on our team go through some pretty brutal cold streaks, and so he can step in, hopefully fill the bat, and play good defense. Okay, so now this is the problem. We made those trades. We did what we did in year 2. we're looking at the standings, and I know this is a long intro. Bear with me. We'll get into some gameplay at Pinky Promise. Where you look in the wild card, we're 7 games out. We were in a similar position last year. We made a massive run in the last 2 months after some excellent trades, and we found ourselves in the wild card, and then we became the team of destiny and streaked our way to a World Series win. And so that's what we're looking to do, and it all starts in the month of August, where we're finally going to get into some gameplay. We, of course, go back to our standard where we play one inter-division game and one outer-division game, simulate the rest. So what do we need to do? The ones just above us in our division are the Angels and the Mariners. We have to win against them. Unfortunately, we don't face either one this month, but we face them a lot next month. We start off with a series against Seattle, and then we have 2 series versus the Angels. So next episode is going to be massive for our playoff hopes. After that is the Astros and the Rangers. I think with the Astros having, the closer record, I think I'm going to manually control the game versus the Rangers, hopefully steal a game from them. And then I'm looking also for another, really strong opponent that hopefully I can guide the team to victory. And of course, that's going to be the Dodgers at 70 wins. So I'm going to be playing the tougher games. I think the tougher games. We'll also get to feature our new pitchers. Oh no, Gunnar Hoglund, one of our young Double-A starting pitchers, is going to be out for 6 months. So he goes to the 60-day. Okay, well, we got swept by Washington, which is less than ideal, but we won 2 out of 3 against Houston. Let's go down to our Double-A roster here. And do we even need to bring someone up? Probably not. I think in Double-A they can get away with a four-man rotation. They just play fewer games. So let's just go to the pitching rotation there. If we have to, we'll throw Gillian in. Yeah, they should be fine. They should be fine. Okay. But really tough to see a young guy out for 6 months. All right, so who do we want to pitch with? I think it's got to be our new trade piece, Tristan McKenzie. So we'll send this first game versus the Dodgers. Unfortunately, we lose 5-6. And let's hop in here. We are in LA. And he is cold. So maybe we can user him to break his cold streak. Good Lord. Our 3 guys right here in the heart of at the beginning to the middle of our rotation. Or our lineup, I'm sorry, are all cold. That does not bode well for our success here. That is not good. Okay. It's been a while since I've been on the sticks, and it is really tough to see this team with a losing record after, really turning it on last year. And of course, coming off a World Series win, expectations were super high. And, I said last year we were drastically overperforming. Wow, that four-seamer had some movement at the end. But yeah, like I said, we were drastically overperforming. And, we just couldn't replicate that this year. Good splitter. Who am I facing? Bobby Miller? Oh, man. Bobby Miller is an excellent pitcher. 2.39 ERA. It's going to be a tough game hitting the ball. God, that sinker was close. Good eye from Dylan Carlson. Foul off 101. Wow. Oh, I thought that was farther inside. We look at strike 3 on the black. Really late apparently on that. Wow, okay. Wow. So, even if we do get in the playoffs, if we face the Dodgers, wow, again.
Batting third, the second baseman, Zach.
If we had to face Bobby Miller, I don't know that we're making it to the World Series again. We are really struggling with these bats.
That's a ball. 1-1.
Geloff really slumped this year, but still leading the team in home runs. So, still showcasing some power. Gets a good swing on that one. And that is caught on the warning track. You would have hoped he'd given that a ride. Super low, short left field, but just not quite enough pop. And now we see Tristan McKenzie has a fastball, slider, and curveball. Only a 3-pitch mix. Not a ton of velocity. But really good control. Really good movement. And so we are going to look to mix up our pitches, locate
That's inside.
really well. And hopefully that is enough against this Dodgers lineup.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Not sure what the big punch out pitch is here. Maybe the slider. Again, a little bloop right over second base, and Freddie Freeman is on first. Less than ideal. Jonathan India now plays for the Dodgers. Good to see the range from Ahmed Rosario, our new Oakland Athletic, via trade. And the ever-dangerous Shohei Ohtani.
Ball, that's in.
Decent pitch to hit there. But Ohtani pops it up. We get through the first 2 out of 3 batters. Doesn't get any easier, though, with Mookie Betts.
Oh, that's out.
No one's really swinging at the slider. I don't know if we're just not setting it up well.
Aye. Aye.
Okay.
Full count.
And now I think we just stick with the fastball, but raise it a little bit. It was enough to get some weak contact. Ryan Noda is under it, and we get through the first inning unscathed, leaving 1 runner on the base paths.
Leading off for Oakland, the designated hitter, Jorge.
All right.
Soler.
We have got to figure out a way to get to Bobby Miller. Seen the ball reasonably well. We haven't swung at any crazy pitches.
Ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Our big thing is just timing up that fastball. It comes quick. And Jorge Soler has no problem timing up that one, as it is absolutely crushed. Someone needs to write a letter to the family of that baseball, because that thing was destroyed. 107 off the bat. And Jorge Soler puts us up 1-0. Holy cow. That is very encouraging. Just saying, we got to figure out a way to get to Bobby Miller. We do, and in a big way. Huge blast out in the left field. Another really good pitch to hit there. Could have elevated that one. Another good one. Slider hanging up the zone. Seth Brown just misses that one. But he fought his way into a full count. High fastball. A little too high. Brownie's hot out of the oven. And on first base. Now we've gotten plenty of these high velocity fastballs in the middle to the upper part of the zone. Yikes. So that's where we're looking, but we flail. Chappie flails at a slider. Trying to obviously jump a fastball. Tunneled very well and then broke far outside. Miller goes back to it, but Chappie doesn't bite. So weak fly out to right field. All right. Let's see what Mauricio can do. Hits this one back up the middle, and that is unfortunately going to be a double play to end the inning. But Jorge Soler, our free agent DH that we added, coming off a career year last year,
Leading off for the Dodgers,
puts us up 1-0.
the catcher, Will Smith.
All right. So the slider has not garnered much swing and miss. So I'm not sure how we use that
Ball one.
to our advantage. The fastball's been good though. Unfortunately, Tristan McKenzie just doesn't have a ton of velocity. His peak is 95 miles an hour, so it's really hard to challenge up in the zone. Although we have found success with it.
Off the plate, ball one.
But, if one of these fastballs, really leaks into the heart of the plate, could do a lot of damage.
One ball.
All right, now you got to think, after seeing two fastballs in, this slider should work well. We do actually get a swing on it, but it is foul.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
There's another swing and miss on the fastball. I don't know what it is because, like I said, it's not great velo, But it is doing just enough to get some swing and miss. Absolute dot there. High and away.
One ball, 2
Good
strikes.
curveball, and then maybe the back foot slider.
Inside.
Okay, maybe a little too far back. Backs Muncy off the plate. Little dribbler in front of home plate. Soderstrom's able to glove it and get it to first. And that's another inning without a score.
Inside ball.
3 sliders in a row to start for Bobby Miller against Ryan Noda. Get a fastball. Low and inside. Take a cut at it, but too late and foul. Noda is furious, and that one is very close. I think technically a strike as long as the ball, is on the black. But when you see a pitch like that called a ball, you can't really blame Noda for not swinging. But our boy Sody Pop, Tyler Soderstrom, has a good hack there. Garnishes a single. Let's see what Dylan Carlson can do with that as we turn the order over. Pitched it there, but very late. Trying to coach up these players, let them know, look up in the zone for these fastballs. They've been there, and we've done some damage. But now here, 0-2 in the count. Going to have to protect on anything close. Fights off a slider in on the hands, but it's going to be caught. And now with 2 outs, our runner on first is looking less and less likely to make it home.
That's a ball.
But, Ahmed, we got him because he's been red hot all year. A little early on the splitter. It puts a pretty good swing on a fastball, but still, not a ton of damage. Only 2 hits thus far. This could be a pitcher's duel. Now facing off against Teoscar Hernandez. It's crazy to me, the averages of these players. I mean, when you see a team running into the month of the month of August, already at 70 wins, I guess you shouldn't be surprised that it's full of very talented batters that are obviously hitting the ball extremely well. And Tristan McKenzie gets his first strikeout of the game, I believe. Maybe a second, but he's done really well here. Cold coming into the game. Just over a 4 ERA. But pitching very well. A lot of soft contact like this. And I would feel confident being a pitcher for this athletic squad. We have really good defense behind him. I do feel confident in that.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Our infield is really solid. Of course, prime example right there, Platinum Glove winner Matt Chapman guarding the hot corner. And he gets out number 3. Now, if we are one to make a run for the wild card, I feel like a lot of that's going to have to do with the play of this young man, Zach Geloff, after having 2 extraordinary years. Bit in a slump. But if he can turn it on, find his form in these last 2 months,
1 ball, 2 strikes.
we could have a lot of success.
Ball, that's outside. I got 3 and 2.
Works his way into a full count and draws a walk. Not a difficult pitch to lay off there. It's nice to see a leadoff batter get on. Jorge Soler, of course, our lone run of the game, the solo shot in the second inning. And that fastball, pretty similar to the one that he crushed earlier, but waves through that one. And then fans on the splitter. Absolutely insane that he has a fastball that goes over 100 and then a splitter that goes down to 82. That velocity change is decimating. Old Gelly there shows off some speed, swiping second. Luckily, no cops around after that steal. So you can see I'm really adding to my dad joke repertoire here on my commentary. Seth Brown trying to be hot like a batch of brownies out of the oven. Flies out to left field. And unfortunately, with a runner scoring position. But that is a pass ball, wild pitch from Bobby Miller that will advance Geloff up to third. Scored a wild pitch. So all Chappie needs to do is just slap one into the outfield. Just put the ball in play. Huge gap right past the pitcher. Ooh, lucky to make contact on that slider there. Way below the zone. And it's really not the velocity, I think, that's given our batters trouble. It's the change in velocity between these pitchers. Chapman does a pretty good job of fighting it off. You could say he guarded against it like chapstick. Get it? Chapman? Chapstick? All right, I got to work on these. I'm trying to expand my commentary repertoire. I'm trying to make some connections here. Really trying to step up my dad joke game. Chapman, chapstick, there's got to be something there.
Ball two.
Just don't really know where to go with some of these pitches. It's really weird only pitching with a 3-pitch mix. That said, even with pitchers that have a 5-pitch mix, you really only see them use probably 3 pitches consistently.
The designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
Now we got big bad boy Shohei Ohtani up. Spits on a fastball pretty much right down the middle.
Ball! That pitch is out.
You know, coming into this game, first time pitching with Tristan Casas, I really thought that slider was going to be the pitch. But it's just not really getting a lot of swing and miss.
Too high. Ball.
We're not locating on those high fastballs. Okay. We have gotten some swing and miss from the curveball. Let's go to it. Ohtani lays off. Draws a walk. It was a good at bat from Ohtani.
Now batting, the shortstop, Mookie Betts.
Now we got to be really careful here with the runner on. And, you know, Ohtani has pretty good speed.
That's ball 2.
Doesn't necessarily look like it. You know, he's not
Ball 3.
the most fit guy.
3 balls.
And that's a really tough pitch to see called a ball. Missed with the fastball, but luckily Mookie takes a swipe. We're going to stick with it. We're going to try and dot this one up.
That's ball 4.
Oh, God.
Now batting, the catcher.
I mean, I don't think you can throw much better pitch than that. We're just really getting squeezed by the ump a little bit. And we are in danger of having this game, or this inning, really get out of hand if a run is made. Mauricio cannot get to that one, hit back up the middle. We have runners on the corners. Pretty good curveball. Not the hardest hit ball, but
That's a ball. Count
it's
1-0.
just hard enough.
One ball, 2 strikes.
This one is likely going to score Ohtani. Got the throw in
The third baseman,
quickly,
number
but
13.
unfortunately,
Muncy.
you know, with Ohtani's speed, pretty easy to get home on that.
Nope.
This has been, and then that's called a strike. Okay. Umpire very inconsistent. Really frustrating because
Ball inside.
a pitch even closer than that could have gotten us a couple outs actually this inning.
Ball 3.
But the big one being with Mookie Betts on a full count.
3-2.
And although it's odd on a full count, throwing a curveball, it's been effective for us. And you got to think after Max Muncy with only 59 contact and 50 vision is staying alive. And we really need to put out a pitch here. And that is the kind of play we need. Zach Geloff with the diving play at second manages to snag that one and get the out at first. And we managed to work out of it
Leading off for
a little bit.
the shortstop, Ronnie.
You know, we left a runner on. But real tough inning there. Had some really close calls that did not go our way. I can't really complain at all about the pitching.
First baseman,
You know, our guy's been amazing. And we've actually, I mean, given the talent of Bobby Miller, I think we've done pretty well. We've had some pretty gross swings, but we've also had some pretty good contact as well. Of course, the one home run and the warning shot by Geloff that almost made it out.
Got him.
Note it hits the ball hard.
Catcher,
Well hit ball, but unfortunately Mookie ranges.
Ball 1. I got 1 ball.
Oh, man. And that's another foul out to left field. And a pretty quick inning, unfortunately.
leading off for the Dodgers. The left
Hoping to
fielder,
get, we really need to eat
Hernandez.
into the Dodgers bullpen. I think we're close to getting Bobby Miller out of the game. His stamina is not very high, which is surprising. He must have gotten the start after some short rest, because he has something like 90 stamina, I think I saw. So it's surprising to see him after only, I think, 70, 80 pitches, already very low on stamina. You know, still feel good about the way Tristan McKenzie's pitched. Again, just really tough calls from the umpire on some close, on some close pitches. They should have been strikes. Be clear about that. Those were definitely strikes. But those are pitches that are 50-50.
The left fielder, number 3, Dylan Carlson.
There's a nice hit from Dylan Carlson. First pitch swinging, 110 off the bat. Absolute rocket. And there's a leadoff single that we've been looking for. I've only had one of those so far, I think. Ahmed Rosario pulls one. Luckily, he's able to leg it out so we don't fall victim to the double play, but we're still left again with a man on first. Do not advance a runner.
That's the ball. Ball 1, no strike. Ball, that's off the plate.
Again, we're really coaching up our batters. Look at high or up in the zone for those fastballs. Something to drive. This is definitely a hitter-friendly park.
Ball 3.
And I think 3-0. We give them the red light. We're not swinging. We're going right down the middle.
No, he's safe.
Okay. Geloff draws a walk.
Now batting, designated
We got 2 on.
Jorge Soler.
And I would love to see some solar power. I'm okay with taking that strike. Don't want to roll over on a low breaking ball. Bobby Miller clearly looking for the double play ball. And Rosario is not biting. Felt okay about that one right off the bat, but not hit hard enough. A little late on that. I mean, not the worst swing. I mean, I guess, Soler felt that he was seeing that splitter well out of the hand. He put pretty good wood on it, but Brownie could be our hero, and he is. He slaps that one right up in the center. That's going to score the runner at third.
Third baseman, Matt Chapman.
And not the best hit ball, but hard hit enough. Gets to the outfield and scores a run. We still have life. This could be a 2-out rally. Oh, please fall, please fall, please fall. Foul ball. Although, to be fair, if that was fair, yeah, to be fair, if that was fair, probably would have been caught for an out. And that one is slapped right back up the middle. That's going to score Geloff from second. Seth Brown stays at second, and Chapman with an RBI single puts the A's up. And this it does pull Bobby Miller from the game. And now we get Nick Pivetta with a stellar 2.68 ERA. Okay. A lot less velocity, but huge break. But we broke into the bullpen, which is what you're looking to do. It's a good team. We're hoping that was going to settle, but right fielder manages to get to it. But damage done. We got the start out of the game. We've made it to the bottom of the sixth with our starter, McKenzie, who only one bad inning so far. Oh my God. I have not really looked at our bullpen that much, just because we have what I thought was one of the better ones. But I see some guys here with, some really inflated ERAs. So we're going to get Justin Topa and JoJo Romero warmed up. Get a righty-lefty combo going, so we have some options depending on who we're batting against. Or who we're pitching against. Sorry, my bad. Quick 0-2 count against Jonathan India. And that slider just does not get swing and miss. It just does not. Now, curveball has been pretty good today, but that one hit pretty hard. Now, McKenzie, of course, on a pretty short leash. Now, we've gone through Ohtani with an out and a walk. I think we leave McKenzie in. Another really close pitch. India does manage to take second.
Now batting, shortstop, Mookie Betts.
Nope, ball one. Ball one, no strike.
MVP chance for Mookie Betts coming from the crowd. All right.
Now batting,
And we're looking okay so far. Oh no. Rosario's going to make the throw to home. It is not in time. And these little bloops have really hurt us. Not a lot of really hard hit balls. But I think now, given Velasquez's really poor ability versus lefties, we're going to go to JoJo Romero.
Your attention, please.
Unfortunately, no win for Tristan McKenzie, as we're tied here in the bottom of the sixth, but
JoJo Romero.
I feel really good about that outing, honestly. Again, just so unlucky with some of those calls. And Romero is missing, and he is missing hard. That is not good against someone with only 38 contact, and he has walked.
The third baseman, number 13, Max Muncy.
Max Muncy, not much better, but still a talented bat when you have 2 runners on. Less than ideal. Let's see if we can just wipe him out with the slider and get out of here. Terrible call by the umpire, but it goes our way. I'd be pretty pissed if I were Max Muncy there, but
Leading off for Oakland, the first baseman, Ryan Noda.
still against Nick Pivetta, only 2 pitches, of course, to finish off last inning, and he has pretty good stamina for reliever, so he might go to the 9th. Pretty good pitch to hit there, but Noda late on the slider. And then early on the exact same pitch in the exact same location. A little bit in between on the timing.
That's a ball.
But, you know, we consider ourselves a good team, and it's good to see us playing competitive baseball against one of the better teams in baseball right now. Get a fastball, pretty much middle. We turn on it, foul. Another one low. And is Pivetta just going to pitch us low? We've seen these, you know, with Miller before, we saw a lot of high velocity up in the zone. Ooh, that curveball was nasty. Not even close from Tyler. Nice hit there from Dylan Carlson. That could be a double as that one's rolling all the way to the wall. And Carlson is actually not going to go for 3. He turned second. He looked eager. Ahmed Rosario, 316 with runners in scoring position for this season. Very good numbers. And that's going to continue as India is not able to make the play. Looked like he should have been able to get to that, but he doesn't. And Rosario comes up clutch. Gets an RBI single out of a pitch that I definitely thought was going to be an out. Maybe a little bit unfortunate there, or maybe a little fortunate for us there. And that could have been a pitch to hit with Geloff's power, but under it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And that's the end of the inning. We are out hitting the Dodgers. 7 hits to 4. Looking at our bullpen. Looks like we need to make the move to a righty. So we'll bring in Justin Topa. And
your attention, please. Now pitching for the A's, number 50,
We'll warm up Jorge Lopez in case we need another righty. And I think the name of the game is throw sinkers.
Counts 1-0.
Let's get some ground balls and get out of this inning.
That's a ball.
I mean,
Ball. That's that
after showing incredible discipline, Teoscar Hernandez swings wildly and then watches strike 3 go down.
The center fielder.
It's not great, but I mean, we'll take it.
Taylor.
Noted there with a great snag at first. And there's really no secret to this game. We're throwing a lot of sinkers. Looking for ground balls, and we're getting them. Quick 7th inning. Although, we really need a cushion.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the
All right, now facing Giovanni Gallegos. Pretty well, just even all around. He's an average reliever.
number 65.
An average reliever is someone that we can hit around, given the opportunity.
inside. Ball 1.
Has pretty good velocity. And somehow we cannot catch up to 95. Looks like we dotted that one up, though. Pretty good hack there from Soler, but late on 94 and 95. And late again on 96. Jorge Soler cannot get the timing down against Gallegos. I feel like Gallegos with this low velocity, a slider, changeup, probably going to pitch low in the zone. Let's coach up our batters to look mid-low zone, like thigh high. I think that's where these balls are going to land. Be interesting if I may break the fourth wall here a little bit.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And Brownie, how about you go ahead and just poke your ass out there and take one for the team, buddy? And we're late on 96. Okay. I think it'd be interesting if MLB The Show added... Uh-oh. This one giving a ride. Deep to right field. Off the wall. I think maybe a foot from being a home run.
The batter, the third baseman.
But Seth Brown,
Matt Chapman.
those brownies hot out of the oven, and our brownie is hot on second base. That's a little better.
0-1.
But anyway, I think for the 9th time I've been trying to say, be interesting if MLB The Show added scouting reports on pitchers and batters. I mean, I know we have, the hot and cold zones for batters. Kind of gives you an idea, I guess, but they don't really seem to make much of a difference in terms of, performance. Like looking at Mauricio here versus a righty and versus lefties, he's ice cold apparently against everyone. But clearly, he can hit the ball against both. So I think the hot and cold zones, I don't think they really make much sense. Oh my God, and another one squeaks through. And Brown makes it home on an RBI single from
Now
Mauricio. Like I said, Gallegos, average pitcher. We can get to an average pitcher easily. And we managed to score 2 runs. Of course, now we need our average pitchers, although we do, rating-wise, have an excellent bullpen. I think, actually, in terms of relievers, we are number 1 in the league for the position, but they're struggling this year. Of course, somewhat small sample size. You see Andrew Chafin had like a 5 ERA or 7 ERA, but only somehow has managed to pitch 16 innings. I guess the setup role you're not going to get, and when you're splitting that setup time with someone else, maybe we move him back into a middle reliever role. And just somehow a 96-mile-an-hour fastball after seeing 101, we're just whiffing on everything. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but... And then... Excuse me while I go throw up. But, some damage done. We're now up 2 runs after going into the top of the 8th tide.
Second baseman.
Go to our bullpen here. Looks like switching to a lefty doesn't really help us too much after we get past India. So, except for just moving to another righty, I think we're just going to keep Topa out there. He's got a sinker. Sinker gets lots of ground balls, so that's what we're going to do. But not if you leave him up like that, brother. I don't even think that was a bad slider, was it? No, way inside. But Otani pops that for 101, but right to Geloff. That's not a ball. I am 6 millimeters from my monitor right now, and I'm seeing this thing. It is not a ball. We have really been punished by the umpire.
Nope, foul ball.
And it is frustrating. Okay.
Your attention, please.
Have a 1-2-3 inning.
Now pitching for the Dodgers.
And we're going to sit down, although
Wait. Right there.
even though Phil Maton has not had a Phil Maton year, as you can see previously with a 1.23 ERA in 51 innings and 49 saves. Disgusting. Disgusting. We're going to warm him up and bring him in. I mean, or do we go with Andrew Chafin? I mean, looking at Velasquez and Muncy, who can't hit lefties. No, I think we go to our we stick with the closer. He may have a tough time, but we believe in him, and we need to give him some confidence. Now, I have no idea what to expect here from this pitcher. As it goes fastball, sinker, pretty much the exact same location. I don't know. I think facing a sinker, we're just going to hunt low in the zone.
Nope, that's a ball.
We might get some pop-ups,
Counts 1-0.
but I'd rather that than, you know, rolling over the top of everything. And that one, very hard hit down the third base line. It should be an easy double. That one doesn't even roll to the wall somehow. But Dylan Carlson just beat that one right into the ground. Looks like a drunk guy at a trailer park. Just beating it. This is pretty shallow, but we're going to run for it. He has decent enough speed. And very rarely are the throws exceptional. That cut her way up, and we did not get to it at all. And a slider way up in the zone. That would have been a pitch to crush. And then the nasty slider. Geloff is really struggling this game. And the sinker is blown past him. Accidentally hit no. But psych! Phil Maton is going to come in, and he's going to finish this game, and he is going to strike out the side.
Phil Maton.
Okay, so he's not going to strike out the side, but he's going to get through the first three batters
Right fielder, Nelson.
with zero incident.
Vasquez.
I mean, that was a dot of all dots. Unfortunately,
Outside.
that also could have been a ball previously, as we've seen some really unfortunate calls. But the Phil Maton slider does what Phil Maton sliders do. Disgusting swing and miss there. Phil Maton is dealing.
1-0.
That's what we love to see. And we go back to this slider. Back foot it. And we get a disgusting swing and miss. That's what we're looking for. And the Oakland Athletics hold the Dodgers to a mere 3 runs on, I think, 5 or 6 hits. Four hits. Wow. 3 runs on 4 hits. We get 5 runs on 10. Phil Maton gets player of the game after 1 inning. I mean, it was a great inning. Jojo Romero gets the win. And batting, we did just enough. A double from Seth Brown, 2 from Dylan Carlson. Solo shot from Jorge Soler. And then Chapman, Mauricio, Brown, Rosario, and Soler, all with RBIs, although, of course, Soler was for himself. Zach Geloff continues to struggle, going 0 for 3 in this game. Did draw 2 walks and 1 strikeout. But we really need him to catch fire. And now we are going to quickly turn around and face the Texas Rangers. I don't even know who to use here. We have Clevenger or Tyler Wells. Both are not doing great. But, you know, Mike Clevenger is kind of doing what we expected, I guess. You know, he's just kind of a patch job. We got him on a 2-year deal. We definitely didn't expect him to be a long-term piece, but, you know, at the bottom of our rotation, he's doing okay. Julio Arias, though, has just been spectacular. You know, brought him in as a long relief pitcher, but he has been so good that we just left him in, and now he's our ace. Chris Paddock has been hugely disappointing. You know, we're giving him $18 million this year to pitch a 4.2 ERA. It's just not what you're looking for. I just don't know what's going on here. You know, let's compare it to this year, to 2023, where he had a 2.94 ERA and just over 1 WHIP. So strikeouts per 9, very similar. So he's walking almost a full batter more per 9. And that seems to be it. He's just walking a little bit more. And that's it. Hmm. They're hitting the ball a little bit harder against him, but not much. His FIP is up a little bit. Like, statistically, he's not that much worse than he is on this 2023 year where he was filthy. Just, just kind of a weird year, but let's go with Tyler Wells. He's someone that will probably be around longer than Clevenger, so and we've already seen Arias, and he's doing well on his own. So let's hop in here with Tyler Wells, see what we can do. We are at home. And Geloff really struggling. Let's give him a break today. All right, and this is where, having a guy like Ahmed Rosario really comes in handy. Rosario can fill in at second. Grisham can easily play center field. And Jorge Soler will move up to third. Brown to fourth. Chapman to 5. What actually? Hold on real quick. Oh, he's only slugging 378. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And then just looking at these on-base percentages, actually very good. So we're okay with that. Let's actually give Ryan Noda a break, and we'll also take a look at Sean Lima. Very poor defensively compared to Noda, but Noda's a little tired. Let's give Sean some at-bats and see what he can do. We brought him up for a reason. Of course, obviously, he hasn't had a ton of opportunities. He is just Ryan Noda's backup, basically. And there's a fella I would like to see get hot. Matt Chapman.
Leading off tonight for Texas, the first baseman, Nathaniel.
All right. So what do we got with Tyler Wells? Scouting report here. Not a whole lot of stamina, so we don't expect him to go probably past the 6th or 7th inning. Has decent break, pitch to contact guy, doesn't walk a lot of people, doesn't strike people out, doesn't give up a ton of hits. So it looks like it's going to be either a hit or a home run. His home run rating is not great either. Decent control, okay velocity. All right, let's see what we can do. Obviously, Rangers, talented ball club. We have made up some ground, though. As you can see there, we went from 7 games to 4.5 games back for the wild card. So if we can keep winning and then we can keep beating our division opponents, we can make the run. Do I think that we'll become the dream team of the century? In 80 was a 82, 83 win wild card team that ends up winning the World Series? Probably not. I think that's almost like a generational team that you would see there. Fitting though that the Oakland Athletics are the ones to do it. We accidentally did it with okay, so this slider apparently is disgusting. But you know, if there was ever a team to do it, it would be the Moneyball famous Oakland A's. But, you know, like I said, oddly enough, we did it accidentally. We did it without paying anyone, I think, over $10 million a year, which for us is a ton, but for the rest of the MLB, that is chump change. Oh, we had that teed up, I think. And then he aimed just a little bit lower. Yeah. And then facing Tom Katomer. Katomer? Has velocity, not a lot of control, not a lot of break. Has a ton of stamina. This guy has to be a rookie, right? No, last year was his first year. He's an 88 overall, but is definitely not pitching like it. Interesting. Okay. Definitely someone I think we can get to.
No, that's a ball.
I think the rule here is going to be, look up in the zone. I mean, that was a mistake pitch. Splitter left up. Rosario gives it a good ride, but doesn't fall.
1-0.
What is up with Jorge Soler? He cannot hit a fastball above 95. And then flails at a splitter. What are we doing, Jorge? Absolutely whiffing is what we're doing. What is going on with Jorge Soler? Sounds like a kid's book. Jorge, why can't you hit a fastball? I don't know, said Jorge. I used to be good. I can't think of anything to rhyme. I think we're really going to rely on this slider. We've seen some really gross swings from it. And really poor contact as well. Obviously, we can't only throw it. But I think if we attack in the zone with the fastball, maybe a cutter here and there, I think the slider should work out just fine.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Of course, former athletic Marcus Semien. I think every time my wife sees him, she cries a little bit. That was definitely one of her favorite Oakland Athletics players.
Did he swing?
I mean, really, honestly, a great story to him. Came into the league, his rookie year. I think led the league in errors. Was humble. Took the coaching, and then, back-to-back years with the Rangers where he's, in in the talks for MVP candidacy. I mean, just absolutely stellar.
He's out.
But Tyler Wells coming out and pitching extremely well, getting through this lineup judiciously. Good swing of the bat from Seth Brown there. Puts Goodwin on the splitter.
Ball one. One ball, no strike.
And Katomer, I think Katomer? Clearly this is a drafted player, but Katomer, that was a weird little delivery. It's like kind of half sidearmed. Oh my God. Grisham with a home run ball they just couldn't hit straight.
Ball.
Katomer gets lucky.
That's a ball.
Something I'm very surprised we haven't seen out of Grisham. He has good power. We just haven't seen a season with it. Oh my God, wild throw there onto the dugout. That's going to be an error, obviously. It advances the runner to second. Gives us life on what should have been a double play. And then Mauricio comes back, hits one well into the gap in left center field. That's easily going to score Grisham. And it's going to be a stand-up RBI double for Mauricio. First pitch. Swinging, and it was a good one. Surprised he actually elevated that one at all. And why can we not hit a fastball? I'm going to fire my batting coach.
Ball. 1-1.
We can't rely on off-speed pitches up in the zone. Although we get another one. And Sean Lima. Uh-oh. I was about to say gets his first RBI, but Mauricio, I don't think, realized that that ball was taken so in on the outfield. Thought he had the speed, but ends up getting gunned out at home plate, and it wasn't necessarily close. Aggressive base running, though, I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to that at all.
No.
And I wish I could tell Tyler Wells when he is being simulated, just throw a slider. If you just throw a slider, you'll strike out everyone, apparently.
Ball, no. One ball.
That was an absolute dot of a pitch. Doesn't get better than that, honestly. But that's okay. Not going to get every call until we get a robot umps. But we are getting a lot of swing and miss with Tyler Wells, which is very encouraging because he does not. Yeah. I guess if he, with his high hits per 9, you know, if you're not making contact, then obviously you're striking out.
The batter.
But Kevin Kiermaier gets on base.
Daniel
Little blue pit out into left center. And I think we are getting a little predictable. We're always starting with a fastball up. Then we go to the slider. Let's go to the cutter for our payoff pitch. And that might have mixed up low there as he whiffs. All right. Now we expect Katomer to be in for the long haul. He has massive stamina. And we're really struggling. I mean, we're not struggling to put the bat on the ball. But we're struggling to do it consecutively and consistently. We got lucky with an errant throw that led to a run. But we've also whiffed on some very hittable fastballs. Like that one. I don't know why our hitters can't time up a strong fastball. And then we see a splitter and we're very early because we have fastball in the mind. It's tough. That one we at least get, in the field of play.
The batter, the second baseman, Ahmed Rosario.
Ball one.
And that was a quick inning. Not ideal. All right, now I'm thinking he thinks he's getting a slider away, so we're going to go fastball in and jams him. Wells is doing a great job just carving his way through this lineup. Slider's been excellent. His fastball's been very good. We're making short work of the first two batters. This time I'm going to start out with the slider for a strike, hopefully.
That's a strike.
And he takes. We're going to bring it out a little bit more.
Ball outside.
Just impeccable discipline from Joss Young there. We're going to elevate high and away. Surely this is a strikeout. No. We miss a little bit on our location. And I don't know what pitch I selected. I accidentally hit R1. I think this is the cutter, which we left in a dangerous spot. Yeah, I want to go circle change here. Okay. How about a slurve? You want a slurve? He does. And despite Lima's shortcomings at first, defensively, he does manage to make the snag there.
No, that's it.
Not a bad swing, I guess. At least he timed it up a little bit better after whiffing on like 3 fastballs in his last at bat. And Seth Brown hits a rocket over the right fielder's head. This is going to be an easy double. Seth Brown is a sneaky guy. 108 off the bat. Holy cow. His 20th double of the year. A guy that's, sneaky power, Good defensively, can play a variety of positions. Definitely a guy that I'm happy to have on the squad. And his old teammate, Matt Chapman's going to drive him home. An RBI single. A's up 2-0. Oh, Grisham pulls that fastball just down the first base line. All over that one. But then looking for another fastball and whiffs through the 88-mile-an-hour splitter. And then proceeds to strike out on a disgusting swing, late and way off on the fastball. Oh my God, that one is absolutely belted. It is high, it is deep, and it is caught on the warning track. Warning track power from Mauricio there. You thought you were about to see some bells and whistles and fireworks. You were wrong. Psych. Just kidding. I thought that was a home run. Do we have... Oh, we are facing 10-mile-an-hour winds straight at us. That could explain why that ball died despite being hit very hard. That also means we can be a lot more aggressive pitching, knowing that... Okay, that's strike 3.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Knowing that batters are going to have a tough time leaving the yard. All right, just saw a slider slurve, so surely the fastball up doesn't get him. How about a changeup? I like to mix that in here.
Ball 3.
Spits on it.
Full count.
All right, Seaman, you get the challenge fastball. Puts good wood on it, but A's fans do not get to relive the success that we saw from Marcus Semien when he was in Athletic. Dos Garcia almost cursed myself. I was going to say a very talented batter that is having a very down year.
No balls, 2 strikes.
I think I saw earlier he's only batting .235. And then watches strike 3 go by.
Ball outside. Ha!
Only 60 pitches through 5 innings is pretty good. From Tyler Wells here. Had good amount of strikeouts, which is even better considering he's not really... We don't expect him to go out to strike out a lot of guys. Doesn't have what you would normally, I guess, think of as swing and miss stuff, but this slider has been impeccable, and we're going to go to it, see if we can get another one. We get a broken bat. Chapman charging. Leans over the first, and that is out number 3 in the 5th. Oh, Coliseum. We are going to miss you. We are going to miss you. Sean Lima 1 for 1 today. Back up to bat. Oh, dribbler. Not the splitter. That was the splitter. Probably his best one thrown today. A lot of the other ones left up, except for that one, I guess. That one really low in the zone. And Sean Lima bites. Gets hold of that one, though. Wow. Excellent defensive play out there. Take another look. Left fielder charge. The dive. And the catch. Great play. Great play. Got to give credit where credit is due. 2 homers in the last 5 games. That is very encouraging to see. Another guy who goes on some pretty interesting streaks. You know, he gets very hot and very cold, and not a whole lot of in between. Definitely looking for him to be more consistent, but he's still very young, so we have time. That slider ate him up. Holy cow.
Ball. 1-0.
Tomer is really getting to these athletic bats. Reins that fastball high and inside up to 99.
Ball 2.
Has yet to issue a walk, surprisingly. Has been very competitive pitches. That one's hit very well and snagged again out in right field. Wow. Great defense from the Rangers here today. We saw a diving play and then just a hope and a leap from the right fielder to snag that one.
The catcher, number 28, Jonah Hine.
Here. No ball. 1 strike.
Tyler Wells, though, working well into the 6th, which is about his limit. We don't expect him probably to go
1-2.
much farther than this. With his energy low, you know, that slider is going to stop sliding as much. Lima again with an okay defensive play. Kind of flopped on top of that ball.
Kevin Kiermaier.
Not the most graceful defensive play, but enough to stop the ball and get the out.
Hard. 2.
Like I said, the slider is not sliding very much, so I think we move now to the slurve, which has a little bit more break, but a little less control. We get the pop-up, though. Chapman snags it. I don't think we're going to see Wells
Ball down.
in the 7th. But if he makes it through this inning without a run, that will be,
Ball 2.
you know, 6 strong with 0 earned runs. I will take that any day from the starting pitcher. I know you're not supposed to go low and inside on a lefty, but we get the swing and miss. Now we're going to give him the challenge fastball. And we do it. 1 hit, 0 earned runs for Tyler Wells. I will take that outing any day. Let's see. In the 6th, let's go to our middle relief guys. And looks like we're going to go with the lefty Jojo Romero. Oh my God, I see that coming down the middle. It's on a tee. That's a home run baseball if you've ever seen it. And we just cannot time it up. We just cannot time up the fastball. If we want to be successful, obviously in the MLB, you've got to be able to hit a fastball. And these aren't even breaking 100. They're close. 98 still excellent velocity. But, you know, we're fanning on even 95 and 96. As you see there, we really have fastball in the mind very early on the splitter. And that one's actually going to land fair. Jorge Soler, a little old, doesn't have a ton of speed anymore. But he gets a stand-up double nonetheless. And we'll take it. Seth Brown, 2 for 2 on the day. Hot like a pan of brownies out of the oven. Get it, Brownie Brown? Scoops this one out into left field. I don't think this one... It is fair, but didn't have a chance of turning it into anything. All right, Chapman.
That's the ball.
Still need to figure out how to work chapstick into Chapman or something. Oh my God, that was a home run waiting to happen. Chapman's just waiting for his pitch, that's all. And his pitch sucks. Swings at a splitter in the same spot, rolls it over. Out number 3.
Your attention, please. Now pitching.
All right. JoJo Romero coming out.
JoJo Romero.
We know the drill with him. Throw sinkers. Hopefully they actually sink. Not particularly well located first pitch. It's absolute gas up to 98 on the fastball.
Ball.
Not a ton of control that you're going to see from Mr. Romero here. But pretty well located there. Sinker on the black. Batter wasn't happy about it, but that looked like a strike to me. Umpire may be working with Shohei, with Shohei's interpreter. Trying to make some money.
No, that's the ball.
Can't blame a guy for just wanting to make looks for cash. I mean, in all honesty, if you have the chance to make $3 to $5 million, I mean, obviously, if he actually was stealing from Shohei, that's not okay. You shouldn't be stealing from people. All right, Corey Seager goes down. Didn't think that was a swing, but again, the umps did, so that's fine. They want to go home, have a hot dog. But look, stealing from Shohei, obviously not cool. If he actually did. I think I wouldn't be surprised at all if like MLB's just kind of covering up. You have the face of the MLB.
Ball.
Obviously the best player in baseball. Probably right now the most well-known.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
In a cheating/betting scandal.
Ball.
Sounds a little ridiculous that Shohei wouldn't know that he was getting scammed for millions of dollars. But I guess you never know. But it just seems very dubious to me. All right, Romero gets through 2 innings. I think that's probably enough for him.
7th inning, stir.
Let's take a dip in the waters of the bullpen.
Your attention.
Warm up Chafin, so we have a lefty, and
Number 21, Michael Lorenzo.
we'll go righty. Maybe I have the wrong guys. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Big barks. The mailman is here, and that is not a joke. No. Let's get... We got to get these setup guys some more innings. They're our best pitchers. And they're not pitching. Oh, we are? Okay. Okay. Are we done barking? Hope so. Now we face a Michael Lorenzen. Good velocity, good break, good control. Relief pitcher with 82 stamina. Okay. Looks hittable. Looks hittable. Circle chain. Oh, interesting. Changeup is his #1 pitch. And now we know why. As we whiff through one. Holy cow. Missed that one by a mile. Hey, that's enough. We don't need all that barking.
Ball 2. 2-0.
Wow. And apparently Lorenzen also exceptional defense with a behind the back snag there.
Sean Lima.
He also has a sinker. Wow. Good.
Ball, no.
Sean Lima. 1 for 2 on the day. Dang, look how small that PCI placement is. Okay, now we know why it's hard to hit him.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the A's.
I mean,
48, Jorge Lopez.
look at this. 100-mile-an-hour sinker, followed by a vicious slider,
No ball. 2 strikes.
and then 100-mile-an-hour fastball up top. No shot. Marcus is fighting for his life out here.
Ball.
These are some really good pitches. Simeon is doing all he can to just make contact. Let's go real slow with the curveball. And he's just matching us. Doesn't matter the velocity or the location. He has the eye. Finally. I don't know how many pitches that was.
The batter, the right
That was an 11-pitch at bat.
Garcia.
Exceptional at bat from Marcus Simeon, but Jorge Lopez wins the duel.
Ball 1.
You get a check swing on a strike right down the middle.
Rangers,
We'll take it.
designated hitter, Jared Wong.
No.
Now I really just want to pound him with sinkers, I think. No, we do not. Holy cow. That one crushed. 102 off the bat out into left field.
The catcher, number 28, Jonah
Okay.
Hine.
I think we're just betting here. Oh, wow. I was going to say we're betting that the velocity gets him. It doesn't. It doesn't. Only rings up 96.
Ball. 2.
And the Rangers put in some really good at-bats against Lopez here. But they just stare at strikes, apparently. Anything on the black, they're swinging, they're fighting off. If it's well in the zone, they're just going to look at it. I'll take it. All right. And now we'll be heading into the 9th, which means we get to see not Phil Maton. I'm hesitant to put Chafin in, but I think he's our... We'll warm up Phil just in case. Or actually, all right, we'll warm him up, but we'll leave in who we got. I feel okay with that.
1.
Face some really talented pitchers in this episode, in this stream.
2 balls. No strike.
I think in moments like that, we start to see where the A's lack of talent, and I'm using that word in air quotes, meaning like their overall ratings, starts to shine through a little bit. You know, we overperformed, like I said. I mean, I don't know if I can stop saying it, but holy God, that slider.
Left fielder, number 3, Dylan Carlson.
After vastly overperforming last year, we're really performing to our ratings this year. And, you know, last year I think our overall rating was like
Now
20th,
second baseman,
25th. Actually, I think it was like around 25th in the league.
Rosario.
Oh my God. 0 for 3 on the day. There we go. A little slappy out into right field. Gives the A's a little bit of life. And then Soler follows up with a first pitch swing of his own. Oh my God, he's going for third. Ahmed going first to third on a Jorge Soler single.
The right fielder, number 15,
And do we have a 1-out rally?
Brown.
Seth Brown been good at the plate lately. 2 for 3 on the day. And hits a dribbler right back to Lorenzen. Good throw, and that's the end of the 8th. All right. Jorge Lopez stays in. He doesn't have the best, energy, but given the lineup we're facing, I think sticking with the righty is the right move. Phil Maton is back up, but he also looks like he just pitched yesterday or maybe 2 days ago.
That's a ball.
So we're sticking with Jorge Lopez. He's got disgusting stuff. And this one actually might be a hit. Oh, good defense from our pitcher. Lopez charges. I think Soderstrom probably could have gotten to that a little quicker.
Miguel Blaze.
But he gets to it and he gets the out.
0-1. Ball. Shoot.
Give me 100 to strike him out. Give me 100.
Ball.
97. Slow it down with a changeup. And that one is just poked down the third base line. But he's running for 2. He doesn't know that we have a cannon out in left field. And the aggressive base running is going to end the game. He gets gunned out at second. Must have spent some time in the Army because he's looking like a sniper out there. Get it? Because he threw the ball really well, really hard. Yeah, sniper, like a dot. Anyway, I'm trying really hard on my puns. Again, the A's squeak out a win. We have 8 hits, but only 2 runs. Tyler Wells wins player of the game, deservedly so. 8 strikeouts in 6 innings, only 1 hit allowed, no walks and no earned. Our bullpen comes in and does the job. And I think in our games that we played, we've beaten 2 very good teams in the Dodgers and the Rangers. And now it is up to the lineup that we have made as the GM to perform. And I think we're going to put Andrew Chafin back in the middle reliever role. Give us another lefty to go to. I'm really surprised at these numbers, especially Romero. .45 innings and a 5 ERA. It's not a small sample size. Just walking too many batters, giving up a hit an inning is never good. And Chafin, super low whip. Like, that whip is crazy low. A 1.16 whip is exceptional. Whip is walks and hits per innings pitched. Anything below like a 1.2 is excellent. Anything below 1 is disgusting. So what's his problem? Maybe just walking too many batters? Let's look at, compared to last year where he was one of his best years of his career. He's striking out more batters this year, but he's walking almost double the amount. Giving up an extra home run every 9. Yeah, he's just, walks and homers are killing him. Okay. But again, 14 innings. A little worrying, but we're doing okay. We're doing okay. All right. Now it's up to the simulation gods. This is where I'm in GM mode. We're simulating and we are just seeing what the team can do. This is the team I assembled. I expect them to do well. JJ Schwartz has a broken foot and is out for 2 to 3 months. We'll put him on the 60-day. Go ahead and let the computer fix the lineups. I'm sure they'll be terrible. Okay. So, after getting swept by the Nationals, we then win 2 out of 3 against Houston. We win 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers. We win 2 out of 3 against the Rangers. And then we sweep the Cubs. We are near 500 in a 2-day stretch versus the Padres, who are a 72-win team this year. This looks like it'll be tough. Oh, no. Dylan Carlson. Torn MCL. Out for 6 months. Oh, God. Okay, so obviously 60-day injured list. And we got to figure out what we're going to do. Who do we got? Lawrence Butler is a candidate here. Pretty good defense. He's hitting pretty well, has good power against righties, and hitting well against righties, it looks like, with his progression. Okay. Denzel Clark. I mean, 228 in the minors is not great. He's not hitting righties well. He's not hitting with power. Now, Blade is actually a guy that we've been looking at for a while. He's had consistently good years down in AAA. And this year especially, looks like he's got great power against righties. He's hitting lefties well, but just not for power. Has an OPS over 800. Is on the real-life Major League roster. And has incredible discipline, which means he can probably get on base. Although young Mike Estrada down here is batting .321. Obviously not much power, but vision, discipline, clutch is stellar. Where did we get this guy? Is he a rookie? Did we draft Mike Estrada? I cannot remember. I feel like we must have. Huge arm. Maybe not the best defensively, but huge arm. He might be our guy. That's tough. Do you go with the on base? I mean, if you have a guy that's averaging, I mean, he's slugging 425, which means he's probably just a double machine. He has 5 triples. Oh gosh. This is really tough, actually. Estrada or Blade? I feel like Blade at 27 has probably earned the right to get up to the major league level. He's already on the 40 man. So I think he's also, I mean, he has good speed, but he's terrible defensively. So we're gonna go with Blade. I mean, in reality, we could bring them both up. But maybe he gets the call up in when it comes time for September call ups. Okay. Now we just got to fit him into the lineup here. We do also have Grisham, which might be the play actually, just fit because Grisham's way better defensively, has a little bit better contact, similar discipline, vision, clutch, can stay on base. He Soderstrom's cold. Yeah. Although Chappie with 351 on base is looking pretty good, but yeah, let's actually do that. Chapman will, even though he's cold, Chapman will lead off against righties. And then, oh, this is tough. We'll put Blade in versus lefties. And who's going to lead off, though? Ryan Noda? Sure. Ryan Noda can lead off against lefties, even though he's cold. And then, yeah. That looks good enough. So, really tough break. But we're surging here a little bit. We went from 7 games back out of the wild card to now only 2 games out of the wild card. We're doing it. We're making the run, and oh my God. Oh. Ryan Noda has a broken shin and is out 2 to 3 months. Obviously, he's going to go to the 60-day as we split the 2-game series versus San Diego. And again, this is the problem, though. This is another reason why we really needed to draft all those position players. We don't have a ton of depth on the infield. And now Bako Kang, he's out for 3 to 4 weeks, so we can't bring him up. Tavi Stevenson's definitely not in MLB caliber. This is where it's really sucks trading away Ruiz because he could play infield. All right. Curtis Mead could play first, third, and second. He's going to get the call up. Okay. Man, that is just devastating. Absolutely devastating. Okay. So we go to our lineups again. And I think we stick with Sean Lima. Now he's going to be our everyday first baseman. Obviously, not the guy you want defensively. Do we want him leading off against lefties? Absolutely. Wait, why is Maraschino? Why do I keep calling Maraschino? Mauricio leading off against lefties with 46 power is insane. All right, Lima's gonna get the nod to lead off versus lefties. Followed by Rosario, Chapman, Soler. Okay. Okay. So that's done. All right, we'll auto-fix the AAA lineups. All right. Four-game stretch versus Detroit. Okay, we win 3 out of 4. We're climbing. We are climbing. Okay. Looks like other teams are making a run, though. So we are now 3 games out. Who is it? Astros have won 5 in a row. Rays have won 5 in a row. Orioles, Mariners all run 5+ in a row. That is really tough. All right. Now for the series against the Braves. Again. We win 2 out of 3. And now our last 3 simulated games of this month and the end of the episode against Detroit. Man, that's a lot of Detroit games. We won 2 out of 3 last time. And we win 2 out of 3 again. Okay. And now, my friends, it is September baseball. We are 2 games above 500. We are now back to 3rd in the division. And 3 games out of the wild card. The Orioles are on a 12-game win streak. The Red Sox are falling, and we're somewhere in between. The only team in our division, how close are we to the Astros? Not close at all. So we have to fight off the Mariners and win a whole bunch of other games. In order to make the playoffs. But it's doable. It is doable. It's going to be tough beating Houston. But we have to beat the Mariners. So that's definitely going to be one of our manually executed games. And then I feel like I'm going to have to try and take a game away from the Yankees. So these 2, and then it's up to the simulation gods to lead us to victory. Huge stretch here versus the Angels, which are, they're struggling a little bit. They've slumped. The Rangers still looking strong, but we know we can beat them. So, and just the worst time to catch the injury bug as we get 2 of our everyday starters that are out for the rest of the year, even if we make the playoffs. Let's take a quick look to see how at our statistics. Julio Urias continues to dominate. We'll move him to a starting pitcher next year. Tristan McKenzie, unfortunately, progressing, but not playing better. We were really hoping for a turnaround in the last couple months. We didn't get it. But, we still have a bright future. Chris Paddock continues to pitch poorly. We were really excited, of course, about him. And, if we package Tristan McKenzie and Chris Paddock into say Mike Clevenger, into a 3-pitcher deal, we could probably get almost any pitcher we wanted. I don't think we'll go that route, but Clevenger is actually rebounding a little bit. Tyler Wells struggling. Trevor Rogers struggling, but progressing. Okay. Our bullpen is about the same. And our lineup is on fire. Ooh, that's good to see. We definitely don't have the power this year that we did last year. Although Geloff has the power. Although, look at this. He already has broke his home run total from last year. But slugging less because why is he slugging less? I don't know. Okay. Well, at least he's got power. Jorge Soler has done his job with 25 homers. He might reach 30 by the end of the year. Brownie, of course, is in there. And he's actually looking like an everyday starter. Now that his contact and power against lefties has gone up so much, could very, very easily be an everyday starter for us next year. Just continues to get better. Trent Grisham is about where we expect him to be, but technically having a career year minus the slug. Again, a guy with good power, but just doesn't hit for power. Mauricio has just continually had a worse and worse year. really downgraded versus lefties. Oh my God. And then our boy Sean Lima came up from AAA, and on base is not good. Already struck out 8 times in 67 at bats, which is very surprising. Oh, I guess the discipline is only 51. I thought it was better than that, but he's doing okay. He's doing okay. And then Soderstrom is average. But he's hitting for more power. His on base is up from last year, and his average is up. So I guess he's doing better than last year, but not much. JJ Bleday, who we just brought up in 24 bats, is just over the Mendoza line. Curtis Mead is not looking great. Logan Davidson not looking great. And Pizzo is okay. Okay. All right. We have another super spicy episode next time where we have another year of fighting for our lives, coming down to the wire to make it to the wild card in an incredibly competitive division. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you did, I would appreciate a like. If you want to leave me a comment, let me know what you liked about the video. I would appreciate that as well. And a subscription would mean a whole hell of a lot. If you dislike the video, that's fine as well. Feel free to dislike it and let me know how I can improve my content in the future. But thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. Have a great day. See you in the next one. Bye.